Hello, everyone. Feel free to come off your mic. I know I've caused sacrilege saying enter on mute, but feel free to jump on and say hey, or if you're not feeling like it, audibly. Oh, yes. So good to hear voices. I mean, it's great also to see PFPs, but good to hear from you. Anyone that's joining, we're just waiting for our co-host to jump in as well. Welcome, welcome. This is going to be a ripper. You are going to be the first to hear all of our minute information. So get your questions ready. For anyone first in, best dressed, we love it that you're continually showing up and first here. So yeah, welcome, welcome. Whilst I do a few things in the background, I'm going to attempt to share a bit of United Cup stuff. But I don't think it's going to work for me. We'll see. No, my sound bar isn't working, so we're just going to go with my description instead. Welcome everyone. We're just waiting on Rid and Adam to join. It's good that you're here. Feel free to go on mute or oh yes, we have a weather check. I don't know where you are, Perfect. Is you in Melbourne? We usually get a weather check from running self, so this is total competition here from another dead fella. So I love it. Love, love, love it. Good to see you here, fellas, and lots of other people that are joining. Rid, can we get a mic check from you?
Mic check 1, 2.
Oh, love it. Loud and clear also. B13Z. There's probably some kind of like Gen Y term in there, isn't there? I can't quite work it out because my brain isn't working right now. But feel free if you want me to say your avatar or your profile name in another way. But I'm gonna go with yep, good. Let us know where you're giving your weather report from. Always interested to hear what the weather is like wherever you are in the world. Thanks ever so much if you're joining in Europe. We know it's really late. Really appreciate you jumping on in here. I'm just gonna check on Adam. Whilst we do that, Ben, are you good on the recording front? Have you got a feed coming through? Sweet, sweet. Ridley, whilst I'm getting a few things sorted, could you give us an update of what has been going on in the summer of tennis? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about these semis. What a privilege to have them in Sydney. Yes, let's go.
Oh dear, we've picked the wrong day for an update because yesterday was a rest day at the United Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got, now let me give you an update of who's in the finals. We have, what are we? The 6th of Jan now, so we've got three or 4 days to go. Let me get a quick update here.
Head over to Twitter. It's in the semis, we've got Italy versus Greece, and in the other semi, we have Poland versus. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. That's what I tweeted out this morning. Feels like an hour ago.
Who are we forgetting
there? United States. Sorry, gang.
Oh, of
Team
course.
USA, lol. Of course, the powerhouse.
Of course.
Good to have a Northern Hemisphere team in there. Oh, it's amazing to have Swiatek in from Poland. Obviously, I'm a huge Berrettini fan, as he's a great player and a good human, and yeah, huge fan of Tsitsipas as well. Ridley, I just want to say congrats to the United Cup team. I've never seen a tournament. I mean, Hotman was a bit like this, but the team aspect of this tournament is incredible. It's not so. It's so good to see in a solo sport or a double sport that the teams are in the camp and backing the players. It's so good to see.
Yeah, the team sport, I guess, has always, like, Davis Cup has been a big part of tennis for a long time, and I think that was really the only way that we saw tennis played as a team sport, but it was still a lot of the individual on the court at the time, or the doubles was limited to the men's, or in the case of what is now the Billie Jean King Cup, what was the WTA, that was just the women. So now that we've brought the men and women together, you see this whole different, I guess, camaraderie coming together with the players sitting offside the court, but then on the court as well. They're mixing up who they're playing with. We're even seeing, or we saw Sam Stosur, who's the captain in the Australian team, playing in the mixed doubles, where that probably would have been Isla Tomljanovic if she wasn't injured. So we've got this great camaraderie happening between the teams. It's awesome to see. I actually just saw that Billie Jean King tweeted this morning saying that she's really enjoyed watching the United Cup. She's on her way to Australia at the moment. So look, to be honest, the actual concept has been worked on for probably 2 or 3 years, off the back of the ATP Cup that happened in Australia 3 years ago. And then unfortunately COVID sort of put a stop to that. But I remember working on one of the original pitch decks about 3 years ago for the United Cup. It wasn't called the United Cup at that stage. I think it was called World Team Cup maybe. And yeah, it's fortunately come together. It is an incredibly innovative event. First time it's been done where men and women have competed on the court together for the same points and the same prize money. So look, the feedback's been awesome. I think it's great to see tennis being played at such a high level back in Brisbane, Sydney and Perth. Obviously it's been a bit of a challenge over the last couple of years, but I think the United Cup is certainly one that's here to stay, and it's obviously it relies on country versus country to actually make it into the tournament, which is why we don't see Novak in there, as Serbia hasn't qualified, and a lot of other top tier players that may not be playing purely because their countries haven't qualified for the tournament. So it'll be interesting to see over the next couple of years where that goes.
Thanks, Red. So great to hear that wrap up. We're still in the middle of the tournament. It's still, when I say middle, I mean middle to the end. We have got some of our ArtBall members heading to Sydney to watch the semis and final. So please feel free to share your experience there for other members. It's getting us super hyped for the AO. And we've got a stack of announcements. We've got so much to get into. I can see Adam, All Core Adam, bouncing around in the presentation. So it's really late where Adam is. So we're gonna, unless he's called on for a technical question, we're gonna keep Adam in the background and crack into it. So in the spirit of Uniting Cup today, we just want to start off this Discord, I guess, pre-warm-up mint party with a note of gratitude. Everyone that's in this community, everyone that's been an ArtBall holder, whenever they minted an AO23 ArtBall, we're super grateful for you showing up to this project every day. So thanks for that, and thanks for continuing to hold. We're about to chat through the mint specifics for AO23. Don't worry, it's not mint day, everyone. Lol. Mint is coming up. We're about to release the schedule of what's going to happen. So we're about to get into it. This presentation that we're about to go through, and this conversation, there's a bit of knowledge that's required for this one. So if you're a complete beginner, if you are new to NFTs, new to crypto, don't worry, we've got you. We have another session for you where we break some of these terms down with our friends over at Collective Shift, who are our education partner, collaborator. So rest easy. If a lot of this is going over your head, we will be posting a YouTube live link for the beginners session as well. So that'll come in next week. So we'll share that with you. So this is purely for those that have minted before, not necessarily with us, but are in the space already. So use the chat. If anyone's joining on mute, our mods, the amazing Ben will put you on mute delicately. We won't give you mute warnings, but if you do take us off our game, we might just permanently put you on mute and rug you. We'll see how we're feeling. So for anyone that's joining on catch up, thank you. So great to have you here on catch up. If you want to add questions, feel free. If they're very specific to you, I would raise a ticket. We are heading into the micro moments up to mint now, and the team are very low bandwidth, so we recommend you raising a ticket if the question is individual to you. If it's not individual to you and you think it will be helpful for members, raise it and members help. So I'm just going to share the presentation that we have today. Can I get some like thumbs up emojis, chat, that you can see it? You should see a big blue ball. We have lots of lols about the usage, the overusage of the word ball. So big blue ball, can everyone see it? Any feedback would be great. Yeah, thanks, Ben. Love it. Okay, so yeah, AO23 ArtBall is minting very soon. For those that don't know, the supply, the first question we'll answer is 2454. Ridley, why is it 2454? Do you want to go with that one?
Yeah, there's always a story to the 2454 or whatever the number happens to be. So the 2454, much like the 6776 from the first collection, is the way that we divide the court. So for integrity reasons and to keep the court perfectly equal, so nobody has a single square or cube on the court that is bigger than anyone else's, we built an algorithm that told us exactly how many we could fit on the court. So, excuse me, so we actually increased the number to 9230, and that allowed us to mint another 2,454 balls into the collection.
Also, just to recap on that distinction, there is 2454 supply minting AO23 ArtBalls. 2454. And there will be 9230 court plots in for AO23. Where does that number come from? It's the difference between 9230 and 6776, which is our supply from the AO22 mint. So everyone from AO22 will be on the court. Everyone that mints a new ball will also be on the court. They will have a new ball that's a new AO ball. There's a few questions around the distinction between these balls, but we can get into it a bit later on in the AMA. So if you've got any follow-up on that, we'll answer them a bit later. When mint? So another huge question. Well, this depends on obviously where you're based in the world and where you are in the sequencing. So we're about to blow your minds with a schedule that's more detailed than the Adelaide International schedule, which is a janky PDF. This is the mint schedule for Australia. We're about to show you, we have got mint schedules for the next 3 biggest areas holders of holders are from, so don't worry, chill out. The US, we have got a US, UK, Europe, and Singers schedule as well to come, but we're just going to show you the AU one. So if you're in Europe or if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, anywhere there, or if you're in the US, it's a day before for you lot. So the schedule is a bit to get your head round, but this is what this session's all about. And we'll go through the sequencing and we'll go through the specifics. So this section of this Discord live is about when things are happening. We can talk about the what and the price in a moment, but this is when things are happening. So at the moment, there are a number of wildcard raffles live. Previously, we communicated that raffles are closing soon. The actual closing date for raffles will be shared straight after this. It's live on all of the pre-mints, so you'll see it. They finish at around 9 a.m. on Sunday if you're Australian. Again, we've got 3 or 4 schedules as well for other people in different countries. So that will happen, and over the period of 8 hours, you'll be receiving emails. So this is a really important one. Check your pre-mint notification status. If you have entered a raffle for a wildcard, which is an allow list for this AO23 mint, if you don't have your email notifications on, you will miss an instant notification. We don't have the bandwidth to announce every single wildcard member on Discord. We have so many wildcards to announce across about 15 collaborators that we're not going to be mentioning you in Discord. So we need you to have checked that we're in your safe list on your emails, and that you've checked your pre-mint notifications and your emails toggled on. Anyone that's joining, please join on mute. Any mods, please feel free to mute those people. So that is wildcard. So if you are new to this project and you want to get a wildcard, which is an allow list spot for this mint, we strongly recommend you join as many raffles as you can. They are in 3 places on our server. They are in official links. So you can scroll down official links to wildcards and you'll see a stack of wildcards. There's a number you can enter for if you're just an AO22 holder, if you're part of a collaboration mint, and there are others which don't require you to be any of those 2 that I've just mentioned. So get yourself on a wildcard. Then the next line down is snapshots. So we're going to be taking snapshots. We announced earlier the extra utility for the artist and legend art balls is that they will get an automatic wildcard. So we're doing snapshots, and again, this is the Australian time zone. We'll share the others later. The snapshot is being taken at noon, or AKA midday for anyone that doesn't understand that, on Monday the 9th. So if you have an artist legend art ball, you need to have it in your wallet at that snapshot moment. That is when the snapshot is being taken. The same goes for any of our high rollers. Thank you very much. That own 10 or more art balls. That snapshot will be taken all at the same time. Those people, those wallets will get an automatic wildcard. If you have any questions, let us know. You can't see my stream. Oh, that's a challenge. It's paused. Can you see it now? I'm wondering if I can troubleshoot.
I've got the AUD screen.
Yeah, mint schedule.
So the AUDT. Yep. That's on.
Sweet.
Yep.
Over to.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, cool. Ooh. Thanks for that. I'm just sort of trying to do 7 things at once. Sorry.
No,
okay, so
the comment had been there for a few minutes, so.
Oh right. Okay. Cool.
I think it's all right.
All right. Sweet. So that is line 2, snapshots. So same thing goes for anyone that owns over 10. So the multiplier works for anyone that owns 1 artist art ball from 22 collection. You get 1 automatic wildcard. If you own 2, you get 2. If you own an artist and a legend, you get 2 wildcards. The same thing goes for if you own 10. So if you own 10, you get 1 automatic wildcard. If you own 20, you get 2 automatic wildcards, and so on. The multipliers work for each of those categories. So if you own an artist and a legend and you own 20 art balls, you get 4 automatic wildcards. That is how the multiplier works for artist, legend, and 10 plus AO22 wallets. Then we go into a trading freeze. So 5 minutes before mint, there will be a complete trading freeze across AO22 art balls. Adam, all call Adam, why is there a trading freeze? Can't put you on the spot here.
We've been discussing this back and forth, and I think 2-part. One, we're looking at making sure that this is the most fair of mints. I know that trading freezes have challenges to those that would like to obviously trade whilst a mint is happening, and you know, with ours, it's obviously going over a 3-day period. So at this point in time, we're planning for a trading freeze to protect not only the pricing, but making sure it's fair for everyone, considering that we will be running through a wildcard list that goes to a wait list that then finally goes to public sale on the 3rd day. So we're aiming for this to be as fair as possible for a trading fee across OpenSea. You can tell it's late on my side, but hopefully that makes sense.
Thanks, Adam. The trading freeze is only in for 3 days whilst minting happens, everyone. So that does the trading freeze cover AO23 ArtBalls, Adam? So if I mint in the wildcard mint on day 1 of the mint process, which is Wednesday, can I trade my ball in the trading window where it's frozen, my 23 ArtBall?
Currently, the trading freeze is there to protect it. So yeah, so you won't be able to trade your AO23 on OpenSea, that is.
Got it. So you can't trade AO22 and AO23 during the trading freeze, which is only there for 3 days to protect the mint. So drum roll, then basically mint happens. So we're minting wildcards for 20 hours. So Jayhawk, chill. It's all good. If you have a wildcard, I'm pretty sure you do, you will have 20 hours to mint as a wildcard. So if you have an automatic wildcard or you win one in a raffle, you will have 20 hours to mint. So that covers all time zones, we hope. So that's 20 hours to mint. It will be purely just for the wildcard allocation. And like I say, the wildcard raffles will be drawn on Sunday, Australia. So you'll get a notification in your email whether you have a wildcard or not. So wildcards will be minting first, then waitlists will be minting. So the same time next day on Thursday, 7 a.m, waitlists mint. So they will also mint for 20 hours in terms of like their mint time. So same thing. If you're on a wait list, it means you'll be minting after wildcards, and you'll be the mint window will be open for all those that have a wait list for 20 hours. Then we will go to a public auction. So if you are neither on an automatic wildcard list or 1-1 in a raffle, if you haven't got yourself on a wait list either, you'll be minting at public mint, and that will be via a Dutch auction, which we'll go into in a minute. Adam, do you just want to give a top line explanation of a Dutch auction for the purposes of, I guess, cadence rather than going in specifics of price right now?
Yeah, so we're currently testing over a 1 hour period, so increments from 15 minutes. It most likely will be a 2 hour, but at this point in time, we're just running through some testing, final testing on it. But yeah, so it would run from 0.5 ETH, and then for every 15 minutes, it will end up decreasing by an increment of, I've got a lot of numbers in my head as well at the moment. Sarah, can you help me on that part? Is it
15 minutes?
0.0?
Oh, yeah, we'll get into the rate in a minute. We'll get into the price in a minute.
Yes. So basically it starts at the 0.5 and then by increments down by ETH over time. So overcomplicated it, but basically every 15 minutes it decreases in price until it's sold out.
Amazing. So public sale will go on for possibly an hour, possibly 24 hours, and then trading unfreezes. So at the point that public sale finishes, then trading unfreezes. So that's literally a freeze for 3 days whilst we mint across AO22 and AO23, and then it's a trading frenzy after that, fingers crossed. So then on Sunday, which is a couple of days later, we will do the artwork and plot reveal. So For those that haven't minted with us before, we will jump into the Litepaper momentarily to show you what you will see in your menu and your NFT metadata update for artwork and so on. So that's what happens on the 15th. And for those that don't have this etched in your diary, the AO23 tournament starts on the 16th. That's when a lot of stuff will happen in terms of this project. So mint is our primary focus up to mint day, and then from the Monday 16th, what will kick in is the tournament itself. The super site. So what is super site? Super site is a way for anyone that's international to engage in the AO from their own seats and their own laptops. So you will feel like you're on the court with super site. So imagine the token proof or Netflix of the AO. So you will get to log in through your connecting your wallet, and you'll have a gated experience right into the AO. So we'll get into that in a bit more detail. We'll show more previews next week. And very excitingly, for anyone that loves Decentraland, Decentraland will go live on that date. We've got a link live, and we'll bounce out to that in a minute. But just trying to focus on mint right now. And then Tuesday the 17th, we're aiming for a near real-time update of match points. What are we talking about? After most of the games are played, Ridley is at 64 on day one. Correct. 64 on day one. We'll be pushing those updates to the NFTs. So what does that mean? If you have an XY coordinate and a plot, which everyone on the court will have, you will get a push with if your NFT has won a match point. That match point will provide lots of benefits, which we'll go into in our benefits table. But essentially, when we say match points, the match point experiences happen daily. There's a huge number of games that happen on the first day, obviously, because it's the first day of a tournament, when everyone that has been included in the tournament is playing. So yeah, there's a lot of matches going on, and there's a lot of updates that need to happen on that first day. So we are trying to aim for near real-time updates. We'll get to a point where we've tested this and give you an accurate date on the timer for that. So that is the cadence, the sequencing of what is going to happen for mint. That is a lot to take in. We appreciate that. There will be country-specific schedules will be updated. You'll also see the end point. So this is for any Brits. This is the UK snapshot. You'll be minting. You'll have the full 20 hours for wildcards, waitlist, and public mint. So you don't have to mint through the night for your AO23 ArtBall. And then in terms of the US, let me just see if I've got that one here. Here's the US snapshot as well. We'll share these mint schedules on our socials. We also have one for Europe and singers. We can't possibly create a mint schedule for every single country in the world, else we wouldn't even get to mint. So we have got a link for you that bounces out to a time converter. So if you need to set up blocks in your diary, feel free. So mint price. So that's another key question we've been asked a lot, and we're going to spend a bit more time on this, but we are going to go to an AMA, but we will spend time explaining mint price and context behind this. So before we reveal the mint price, Ridley, do you have anything to add leading into the context around how we've made this decision and what's factored into it?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into deciding what a mint price should be. I think when we think about this NFT in particular, the AO ArtBall, we think about it as a commercial business like Tennis Australia. So we think about how we would price a ticket to the men's final, how we would price a ground pass based on what the utility of a ground pass has at the Australian Open, or how you price a hat in the merch store versus a t-shirt versus an umbrella versus a hoodie. So we need to take so many factors into account, and much like running the AO in real life and having people that work in the merch store to sell those hats and those hoodies and those umbrellas, we also have a team that runs this project behind the scenes, and that is anywhere between 10 and 15 people kind of on any given day, whether it be myself, Sarah and Adam that are in this chat, also Ben and Rod who are working on Discord all the time, Plum who's on Discord. We've then got the team who's doing all the design work and everything. So there is a business essentially that is running the AO ArtBall project. But what we did when we minted last year was probably look at how do we make the AO ArtBall NFT and the AO the most accessible sports and entertainment event in the world. And part of that was releasing a collection of 6,776 NFTs. And at the time, they were priced at 0.067. And at the time, Ethereum was obviously incredibly healthy where it was. And we're in a whole nother realm of the market right now. And as a business, we need to look at the finances of what it costs to run a project like this. And when we look at that, we need to look at that in Australian dollars, because we all get paid in Australian dollars. We have to pay our suppliers in Australian dollars. We don't pay or get paid in Ethereum. So we need to take that into account when we're coming up with the prices, because if we get that price wrong and we don't have the funds to continue to run this project, the project will die. Much like probably 95% of the NFTs that you have in your wallets at home. Certainly, I know there's a few in mine. They are effectively useless, dead projects because they haven't been run like a commercial business. So when we go forward into the mint next week, and then when we look forward 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 years, we've built a model that will allow us to continue to run this business as a not-for-profit into the future. And that, of course, includes all the utility that we continue to give to the holders as well. So not only is it just the team that's running the event, but there's also events that we run, whether it was at NFT NYC, whether it's the few thousand tickets that we've given away for the AO, or the United Cup, or the merch packs that we give away, or the gift packs, etc. Everything costs money. We're very fortunate that when we do have an IP like Tennis Australia or the Australian Open, we can often go to different brands, different sporting leagues, different clubs, and kind of put feelers out to them and offer up some of our time as a reward, if you like. And that was how our relationship with Arsenal worked. We had a number of conversations with them to, I guess, educate them on how they can better structure their Web3 model. And because of that, they threw us about $10,000 worth of swag to give away, whether that was tickets, stadium tours, and signed jerseys. So there's an element that we can get for purely giving up our time, but that time costs money essentially as well. So I'm confident that the work that we've done over the last 3 to 6 months in building out this next iteration of the AO ArtBall will continue to give benefit to existing holders. It will continue to bring new holders into the project. It will continue to fund the project well into the future as well.
Cool, thanks, Rids. So we might push forward to the mint price. Oh, there it goes. It's only if you're. Can you see 3 NFTs, everyone? I've got a bit of a warning. That's cool. So Ridley, do you want to take this one away? Happy to chime in as well. With
so this is cool. So obviously the far left hand side we've got AO23, which was, as I mentioned, 0.067, which was the equivalent on the day of around $310, obviously plus some gas on that as well. Then the AO23 Wildcard allow list. So we thought hard about this and what the price point was for a wildcard allow list, and 0.18 ETH is where we ended up on this. We wanted to ensure that wildcards, as we keep saying, continue to benefit from being I guess let's call special members or exclusive members of the AO ArtBall. And this is, as Sarah mentioned earlier, this could be because you hold 10 plus. It could be because you hold a legendary ball, an artist ball. We've listened throughout the year where people have been talking about the benefits that they should receive as an exclusive holder of something special within the collection. So when we continue to sort of look through suggestions, we always need to have the lens of, is that good for the project? Will this help the project continue into the future? And what does it mean for the individual holders as well? So obviously we've got the AO23 Wildcard or allow list there at 0.18. We then have the waitlist. We have some pretty decent quantities of consumers on waitlist right now at 0.23. Now this is a price point that we've discussed over the last couple of weeks as far as where we sort of wanted that number to sit. And then obviously the AO23 public auction or the Dutch auction will kick off at 0.5 ETH. So that reduces in that might be 0.04 ETH, that could possibly be increments every 15 minutes. So that will actually reduce down over the period. So I think there looks like there probably needs to be a little update there. There we go. Look at that in real time. So yeah, this is obviously a pretty chunky price point, but what we want to do is give everyone the opportunity to control, I guess, their own destiny where they come into this project at. And I think what we want to do is continue to educate people that even if you do see 0.5 ETH right now or 0.23 or 0.18, there is still an opportunity to enter this project on the secondary market right now with an AO22 ball. So what we have communicated is, yes, there will be benefits ongoing for a 22 and a 23, or possibly if you hold a 22 and a 23. But this is all up to the consumer. So when we talk about an auction, whether it be a Dutch auction or a stock standard auction, it puts the control with the consumer. You can, and Adam and I and Sarah laughed about this last night, that you can go to an auction and if nobody else turns up and a Michael Jordan 1998 rare card comes up and you buy it for $1 because you're the only one at the auction, good luck and good blessings to you. But if 20 people rock up to that auction and it's at a card sale and they all fight for it and that card goes to $100,000, that's the way an auction works. It gives control back to the consumer that they can pay what they're prepared to pay or what they believe the product to be worth. So we wanted to provide a mixture of as many options as possible for both existing holders, new holders, and anyone who now wants to enter the project as well. So hopefully that provides a nice summary of where we're at. Everything always with the lens of how do we continue to grow this project into the future as well.
Thanks, Fred. Super helpful to get that context. Adam, I'm coming to you on the macro context of these price points as well in a moment. Closer to the time, we'll tell you the allocations that sit in these buckets. So as we said, there's a supply of 2454. We have the majority minting probably at the wait list. But we'll give you an update on that. The minority that are minting at the highest price point. So that will be on the far right. The minority, the smaller number of quantity are minting at the higher price point. We've tried to make this as fair as possible. None of this is financial advice. You are free to to vote with your wallet and do whatever you see fit. That we are getting a number of questions from people that aren't attuned to this deeper conversation about benefits and member benefits. So we will go into the benefits stack in a moment to give you an indication of what you can anchor this price point to. But before we do, Adam, do you have any market context? I know you've aped into projects at the high before. You are a CloneX owner after all. And you've minted in to some lower price point mint yeah, we'd love to hear your macro view on these price points as well.
I think, look, we could talk about this for days, but I think, as we've mentioned, we're super proud of the way that we've been able to scale this project into the future. And anyone that has obviously an AO22 still has a tile on the court, and for any future years. And I think the same stands for AO23 and beyond. So when you consider the value that's already been presented for AO22 and what we're planning for AO23, AO24, I'm wrapped personally about how we've been able to set incentives for wildcard waitlists and then go to a public mint for extra. I think from a macro outlook, we can allow the price to be set by the public at the end, and there's obviously benefits for being on a pre-mint and a waitlist otherwise. But yeah, look, I can't give financial advice, but I do think that even at 0.5 ETH, when you can trade and sell this into the future and receive all the benefits, makes sense in terms of the commercial outlook. But yeah, I think at this point, where we've come to is super strong, and yeah, right that Tennis Australia has been able to make it all happen. Yeah, that's all from me.
Thanks, Adam. I can hear that you're flagging. So yeah, forgive me for hitting you up for that as well.
It's ticking over to 2 a.m. I'm struggling, but
yeah. So Adam will be online over the US hours. So if you've got any questions, Adam and Ben will reiterate what we're saying here in terms of price point. I think just to lean into this, it's important not to look at just the numbers in their entirety. And if you are, and you're a flip, type of degen, this project isn't probably for you. If you are a tennis fan, if you are a live sports fan, we've given experiences at the Met, at Arsenal, which we've already mentioned. We are speaking to some significant codes. There's going to be tangible utility, international utility going forward. I think for me, as a tennis fan, of all the Grand Slams, I've got placements in Wimbledon and in the Australian Open close to my heart. However, if you are a tennis fan, I would say the biggest hook, if you lean into that, is the possibility of coming to the Australian Open and having stadium seats for AO24. So if you win a match point, of which there are 400 on offer, which are tied to the matches that are played during the AO23, and a match point is scored on your plot, you'll get 2 equivalent tickets to the AO24. So they are stadium seats. So if you win a match point on day 1 in the Rod Laver, you get to see all of the matches, including everything that's on the Rod Laver, because your ticket is a stadium seat ticket. So for me, as a tennis fan, that's a huge pull if you're able to travel to Australia. And if not, we've got lots of international benefits for you being announced shortly. So just on the benefits table, if you haven't had a gander at our Litepaper, I would suggest walking into this mint with your eyes wide open. If you're still asking those, well, why mint? Why this price point? I'd take a look. If you're gonna invest 300 to 500 of your hard-earned Australian dollars equivalent in ETH, I would suggest you take 5 minutes to read a Litepaper about why you should be investing in it. So walking in with your eyes wide open, you'll see in the middle section we have a benefits overview. If you're a visual learner, you will see the stack of benefits or utility points. We've got about 9 to 10 points of utility laid out here, and then we have a benefits table which gets into more specificity on what you get if you're an AO22 holder and what you get if you're an AO23 holder. The biggest shift for the AO23 is the match point equivalence, which I've just discussed. To be completely transparent, that currently is on offer for Australian residents only. We are looking to expand the geographies on that. We're working really hard and fast to make sure that we expand the geographies on that. So bear with us. This is an international project, and we're intending it to be. The other aspects of our project is down at this bottom part of the table, which is our global collaborator benefits. Just because it's at the bottom of the table does not mean it's it's of lower benefit compared to the others. The collaborators that we're working with on this project are insane. So can everyone see my screen, by the way? I hope so. Yeah, the collaborators are Penfolds, Marriott, Nouns, Creature Worlds, On Cyber, Metakey, Joyride, which is Tennis Champs, Luna, VSP, Vayner, Sports Pass, everyone, Crypto Chicks, Collective Shift, Pummel, Move to Earn Pummel, NF Teams, and Pro Tennis Farm. This is the this is the collaborator stack at this moment in time. There will be another update to this after tournament, but this is a stack of collaborators we have going into this tournament. They will each provide benefits to the collaborator set. There is a collaborator set of 115 balls, not per each of these brands or projects. There's 115 in total. They will be one of our rarest of categories. So if you mint one, you are likely to get benefits across from the other collaborators. So none of those are to be quaffed at. None of those are to be held lightly, and they haven't been included in our benefits table because they haven't been announced yet, and we're announcing them after mint. So they will be announced on the 15th and the 16th. Yeah.
Waiting for you to take half a breath, just so I can jump in there. And I just want to give a shout out to Sarah and Katie from the Run It Wild team, who have put in hours and hours and hours and dozens of phone calls with these collaborators. Pulling a list of collaborators like this together is not a 5-minute job. This has been weeks and weeks and weeks worth of phone calls, Telegram messages, WhatsApp messages, emails back and forth, midnight phone calls, because some of these organizations are on the other side of the world. So yeah, just wanted to give a big shout out to the whole team that's put this together. I personally haven't seen a collaborator list on any other project to this extent, with the variety and uniqueness of the projects that it has included. So yeah, just a little shout out for you guys there.
Thanks, Fred. Well, yeah, credit to Katie, who's not on this chat. Yeah, we don't just look at what comes through on our tickets, insert collab here, like we do spend time to make sure that our value set aligns. So there's something in here for everyone. If you're a wino, technical term, if you like wine, there's Penfolds. If you travel internationally, Marriott's in there, Marriott Bonvoy. Nouns, if you are into creative co-creation, On Cyber, if you're into the multiverse, Metakey, also, deeply into an interoperable metaverse, Joyride, Luna NFT, Vayner Sports Pass, which is obviously a clear alignment with our project, Crypto Chicks. So great to have Crypto Chicks on board. You will start to see Crypto Chicks wander into our Discord. Please make them welcome. We are a project that welcomes all walks of life, including females and non-binaries and everyone else in there. So please be welcome. We've got Collective Shift. If you are in Web3 or invested in Web3 in any way or working in the space, continuous education is really important. Really, really important. What we know today isn't what we know tomorrow. No one is an expert in this space. We have a way for internationals anywhere to self-serve and on-demand take in some Web3 education there. There'll be some bespoke sessions that are just for us, just for ArtBall holders. So that comes with Collective Shift. Move to Earn Pummel. We're about to roll into another live straight after this, with an hour's break in between. So jump on if you still haven't had enough ArtBall in your life. Yes, Jayhawk, love that you are, what I will say is a GOAT community member of both. We love that. We love to hear that there's cross-pollination between two of our collaborations. So yeah, so great to hear. And then Pro Tennis Fam, obviously Borna Coric has just left the United Cup there with Croatia losing out to Tsitsipas, gutted. Borna is the backer of Pro Tennis Fam, which is a project that's all about driving emerging talent in the tennis area on a benefactor standpoint. So if we get the question in Discord, all my Discord goats and homies about why this price point, just send them to this page on in our light paper about the potential opportunity that could come with these projects, and to hang in there. So I'll just jump back into our mint session, but essentially we're recommending, for anyone that's listening on catch up, head over to the light paper. Where is the light paper? The light paper is in 3 places. It is in the link tree at the top of our Twitter. You scroll down to light paper, you'll get to it. It will be, it's in our official links. It's also, it will be on our website, which will be pushed in the next couple of days. We've just got a huge update going into our site, so we'll have the light paper linking out from there. So I guess what's next? Get mint ready. If you've minted before, like Jayhawk, you're already thinking about where you are at the moment of mint. So yeah, we recommend reading the light paper. Get all your outstanding questions answered. So if you don't have an immediate question, that's all good. We've got the value of the community that will continue to ask questions. We're recommending hanging on for the next 10 minutes or so to answer your questions. Enter a wildcard raffle. Where are they? They're on our link tree and in our official links. Load your wallets with ETH. This is not financial advice. Compatible wallets. Adam, I just wanted to have a check on this one if you're still hanging in there. What are the compatible wallets for our mint site? I wasn't sure on this one, if it's MetaMask plus Wallet Connect or MetaMask plus Coinbase, but this is an important one.
Yeah, and we're working on Wallet Connect.
Sweet. Okay, so yep, MetaMask Wallet Connect. So yeah, obviously ETH wallets only, and if you're on a wildcard list, it will be your wildcard will be given to the wallet that you connected with at that moment of your entry. Check where you are on the mint schedule. We will share these mint schedules with you on our socials. We've, as I say, we're about to head into a stream of busy lives and other things. If we don't get to it immediately, chill out. We will be sharing our mint schedules. If you ever want to know where we're at, head to the top of Discord into events. We will upload all of our events in there as well. If you can't find this mint schedule for your country, head over into events at the top of Discord, where you'll be able to sign up for various different times of the day. We might go to the AMA, so we might answer any questions in this chat that we haven't, and then swing over to any other channels if we can. Ben, if you can whip any other questions from the other channels into this one, that would be sweet. NFTT, will we have this presentation available after this session ends? Usually when we just share presentations on their own and they don't have the verbal context, some things can get lost. And at this moment where we're trying to increase comprehension, we'll probably share this as a YouTube link. Again, we're in a bit of a backlog, so bear with us. We'll send a YouTube link with, you'll be able to see in this screen, and these here are beautiful dulcet tones as well. Thank you for your question, NFTT. Try as you might. Great to see you here again. Will the registered wallets that are accepted to mint be in the notification email? Yes, if you signed up for a pre-mint, and you have your notifications on, you will get an automatic email. And it will say your wallet address in there, so you get reminded. That's the standard. We don't control that. That's a standard pre-mint email process. Can someone go on mute, please? However, if you're on a snapshot though, so if you are an artist ArtBall holder, if you're a legend ArtBall holder, or if you own 10 or more, we're hoping to have a build into our mint process, which you can connect your wallet and see how many wildcards and waitlists that you have available to you. We're running really fast at everything to mint, so we're hoping to have this in for you. If not, we will definitely be able to share who's on our Artist Legend and 10 snapshot. It might not be via Connect Wallet, but we'll see what we can do. Thanks, Street Fury, for your comment. I think Ridley's answered this one. Have AO22 Matchpoint NFT tickets for it and been issued? So that's a ground pass question, not related to mint, related to the AO22 mint. So if you minted at AO22, you were allocated 2 ground passes for each ArtBall you own. The distribution window has always been and will always be the 9th till the 13th. So Monday to Friday, Australian time, we will start to distribute tickets. We have a number of tickets to distribute. That is also Mint Week, everyone. So that is our window, 5 days to distribute tickets. That is well in advance of the finals week. The finals week where your ticket allows you to get in is the 23rd. We recommend, if you're heading to the Open, start planning now. You do not have to have your ticket to start planning logistics. So we're getting a number of questions from Lunas on that. We should, if it's pretty standard that if you have been gifted tickets, that they might not come until the very last minute, but know that if you have been gifted a ticket and you have received confirmation, you will get one. Any other questions that I've missed? Riz, have I missed any others? Just wondering if AO will venture into the sandbox. Oh, great question.
Yeah, I've been trying to, my fingers have been furiously firing away on the keyboard to try and get back to a few of these answers while you were going through some of the top ones. So Decentraland is obviously our focus at the moment. Sarah's just bringing the event up on the screen right now for AO23. So we're a lot of the existing precinct that was built in Decentraland last year will be back. We're also reinvigorating a lot of the spaces. We've got more treasure hunts, more vision, more music, more interaction available in there this year as well. The Decentraland build was fantastic and a huge success last year. Just to run through some of the numbers, we had 175,000 visitors come through AO Decentraland. We gave out 52,000 POAPs and more than 90,000 wearables. So they'll all be back again. So go and log yourself in, set your calendar for AO Metaverse X Decentraland coming up in a few, only days now, 10 days. I was going to say a few weeks, we can't even say that now, 10 days, a week and a half. So yeah, that'll be back. But I did also mention in the chat there that we have been working on something else that is relatively large and has been taking up a little bit of my time over the last few months as well. It'll be launched next Wednesday, which will be likely the 11th, if not a day earlier on the 10th. So we'll let everyone know about that. There may be some gamers out there that are interested. Yeah, we'll keep you posted. And now Sarah's off mute and not on mute, and I can just talk and
yeah,
talk.
It's wonderful. That is for anyone. Mic drop moment. That's what that was. I was trying to find my soundboard, like Erica from 1:37 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
That is probably the biggest alpha drop that you'll hear today. So if any of you are into cryptic clues, that's one that we'll be announcing very soon. So any other questions? Like, this is your chance to get all of your mint questions out there. So oftentimes we get questions in AO ArtBall chat or AO Metaverse that pertain to what we discuss here. If you are one of those lovely Sherpas in our community, feel free to send them to this YouTube link when it goes live. Great info and details. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, 33 NFT and Empirical 8. It doesn't take a lot to be gracious, so we really appreciate that. Street Fury as always. Ben, I'm going to call you Blaz, please. Just not down with this Steez. Thanks for those comments. Really appreciate all that. if there's any other mint questions, we will hang on. It's really important that you walk into this AO23 mint with your eyes wide open and your questions answered. You might not have an instant question right now. There's a lot of information to take in. We will be sharing this as a YouTube link later on, and feel free to jump back on it. If it is if it is an individual question and pertains to a pre-mint, drop it into tickets. That is the best place to get your personal wallet question about anything answered. If it's a general question, drop it in members help. I just might read Street View's comment here, just for kicks, on the price point. Let me go back.
Yeah, I was looking for that one as well.
This
really
price
good.
makes complete, total sense. This is a business at the end of the day, and people should appreciate that and the work you guys and gals put in to sustain the project as well. Like Street Fury, we didn't pay you to write that comment. No, it's not a paid post, everyone. But it's a very measured and balanced post. So what I will say about Street Fury is Street Fury has been in our Discord from the very beginning. He has probably, up to 99% information in terms of what he knows or she knows or they know. And we are super stoked to have Street Fury in our community. He's a great Sherpa, he, she, they, them, great Sherpa. And we appreciate your comments, not just because they are very balanced, measured and data led, but they are how we feel about this project from a very biased perspective as well. So really appreciate that. And highly recommend collective shift for all Web3 education. Love this comment. Is there an image of the court to identify your plot? Oh yeah, sorry, I whipped over that. So I will go back in the Litepaper and tell you where that is. So can you see a screen with a half orange ball on it, everyone?
Yep, we've got that.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, so head over to the Litepaper. We're on page 13 of the Litepaper now. This is the 2D experience from last year. Adam and the team are working really, really fast to get the 3D experience built, tested, and we want to get a preview out to you before the tournament starts. So this is just the 2D experience. At the moment, the site has been deprecated, so you actually can't see where you are from a match point perspective, but you can see your plot number. So if you have an AO22 ArtBall, and this will be relatively the same for AO23, you will be able to see your plot number on OpenSea. So I'm just going to go there. Hopefully you won't see any weird stuff in my browser right now. This is like going into someone's laundry. OpenSea. So if you head in there now and go to properties, you will see. Can everyone see my OpenSea screen? Yeah, sweet. Yeah. You will see an XY coordinate and a plot number. So this plot number relates to the XY coordinate. So imagine going across a court. If you're bird's eye viewing it, going across, your X coordinate is how many plots across it is. Your Y coordinate is how many down it is, a bit like a chart. You will be able to see where your plot number is. So when you connect your wallet, if you do own an AO22 ArtBall, you will see your plot position. We will have a match point built into this. So when you come to our site and you hit the match point in the burger menu, you will be able to, if you haven't already connected your wallet, and if you have won a match point, you'll be able to see your match point. So in this instance, 2662 was a match point winner just under the net. So if you watch tennis, follow tennis, was probably a drop shot just under the net, party at the net, this one, and it was a women's singles win, which is also in OpenSea as well. So you'll see that as a tournament win. There'll be a slightly different property split going into AO23. And if you are minting an AO23 ball, this is what you'll see. If you are an AO22 holder, this is what you'll see roughly. This is just a mock-up right now. This isn't the actual experience, but if you are an AO22 holder, when we say you get a plot reroll, it means you will get a new plot number. So if you're this person, 2662 under the net, you will get a new plot. And how? It'll be completely randomized via chain VRF. Verifiably random on the blockchain. No human fingerprint. You will get a new plot number, and your AO23 plot number might say plot 132 x coordinate 12 y coordinate 61, and you will see whether you've won a match point after the match points have been pushed. Round 3 semi-finals. So if you are a match point winner, this means Ridley, forgive me if I'm wrong, but you will be able to see the semi-finals and the round 3. Oh my gosh, this player has won 2 points. This is obviously hypothetical, everyone. Plot 132 doesn't have these coordinates. This person, after the match points have been pushed, will get to sit in the rod laver if they choose to take up those tickets and watch the semi-finals in AO24, and they will also get a round 3. What does a round 3 mean, Rid? We'll also have the court names in here as well.
It depends. Yep, that'll depend on what court it's on. A round 3 could be on any court.
Yeah, sweet.
So if it was on Margaret Court Arena, you'd be in Margaret Court Arena. If it was in John Cain Arena, you'd be in John Cain Arena. And if it was on Court 16, you would have a ground pass.
Yeah, awesome. So we're pushing a few new properties in for this year for our 23 match points. So you'll see court. So that will represent which court that match point was won in, and day. So which day of the tournament. So that wasn't in the properties last year, and it will be pushed in the properties this year. So you can clearly see what tickets you're up for and have won. So hopefully I've answered that question. Due to the increase in supply, which equates to smaller plots, will the plot coordinates remain the same as indicated on the NFT case? Which will the plot coordinates remain the same? No.
I guess the answer is no, because every ball will be re-rolled. So every AO22 ArtBall and the 23 ArtBall will be effectively removed from the court, and then you get repositioned onto the court. So hopefully my answer in the chat was.
But if you wanted to see history, you'd still be able to see the match points that you won from the previous tournament as well. So you'd still be able to see history. Yeah, I think that's right. Thanks for joining. Love that stuff. If I missed a question, Crypto Ben Bones, love to see you typing there. Love to see some kind of text to voice to type function in Discord. If anyone's in Discord building mode, we want to do more voice chat. What else have we got here? We're hanging in there for any questions on Mint. By the way, good. Great work, everyone. Can't wait to Mint. We can't wait to have you at Mint. Any other questions? Rid, have you got any questions about Mint that you don't have answered yet?
Look, I think I'm pretty good, actually. I think we've covered off pretty much everything. I'm looking at this hamburger menu and like the detail that goes into this and the thought that's gone into it, and I'm just thinking in my head, like there are no other projects out there that are pushing the boundaries of the technology even close to what this is right now. I know we pushed the boundaries earlier in the year when we originally launched the project, and there was match points tied into the ball, and the ball had the artwork and was tied to a piece of the court, and we used live data. And I think that was a story in itself that no one had really ever done before. I think now we're talking about and not just an NFT, but this is a digital collectible that has value, it has membership, it has utility, it has interoperability. It has so many different tentacles that are coming off it right now that, I'm really proud to sort of showcase all of these items to everyone in the Discord right now and everyone that we've been sharing with across Twitter and our different collaborators, because it's pretty awesome stuff, and it's pretty mind-blowing to see what the team's been able to pull together over the last few months in the lead up to AO. And I think there's a lot of negative sentiment around the market right now, and we just sort of want to reassure everyone that we are continuing to build and push the boundaries wherever we can. AO ArtBall is here to stay, so all those other Discord servers that you're slowly making your way out of because they're dying a slow death, hang around. We'll keep you posted with everything. We'll be incredibly transparent on everything that we're working on going forward. We listen to you guys. We read all the suggestions. We hear your qualms, and we hear the things that you love and the things that you hate. We take all of that into account with all the decisions that we make. So keep the comms up over the next couple of weeks as we come into AO. I just got an email with a list of all the players that are arriving at Melbourne Park tomorrow. It's an exciting time of the year. I think we had a weather update right at the start that it's blue sky and sunny here in Melbourne at the moment. So we're looking forward to AO23 getting underway.
Love it. Love that we've ended and started on the weather. So great to hear that. I also saw the Wildcard update. It's got John Millman in it. Did you see that? Obviously, you knew that, Ridley. But the final wildcard.
Now that's a wildcard to the AO, not to AO ArtBall.
Yeah. That was going to be in one of my posts later. The question on wildcards, there are some wildcards where you don't have to own an NFT to participate. We aren't going to name those on this chat because it sort of encourages the bots to come in and try and attempt in there. But what we suggest is have a look on our official links, have a look on our link tree, and start clicking away at some of those raffles to get yourself in a one. ArtBall is a lot more advanced and original, which is what we need. Not on love that. We just don't like to be referenced. We're just not in the same field. Not the same.
No, we don't want to poo-poo any other projects, but we're not even playing on the same oval in a lot of senses. We're not even on the same court.
Yeah, exactly. Squeaky.
There's a couple of questions that might have just snuck up onto the scroll of the page. So, are there wildcard raffles that have no requirements for participating in them?
Yeah, I'll just answering that one, Rid. Head into Linktree, head into official links. There is all of our live wildcards there. We're not going to call out the ones where you don't need to have an NFT, as we'll get bot attacks on them. However, there are some in there that you can discover, and you can follow some of our collaborator channels and get in on one. The numbers are looking pretty tight. So, you've got a window. They're closing on Sunday morning Australia time, 9 a.m. So you've got a couple of days to get in on them. Go on and watch a lovely world of discovery through our link tree and our official links to find the raffles that are for you. I would suggest to remove some plots that's so close to the net and it won't happen again. We did have a chat about this.
Yeah,
we did have a real chat.
Yeah.
We also went to our we put this into the focus group. So we found some of the match point winners that were at the net, at the back line, and in the tram tracks, and we asked them the same question. And in the spirit of fairness, which is all what we're about, it's one of our values, fairness, accessibility, we decided, instead of creating a pool of the worst court positions, we have decided to remove everyone's court position from 22 and give them a re-roll in 23, and do that via Chainlink VRF, which is verifiably random. That is the fairest way we can re-roll the points. Ridley, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, it's a good point. And look, at the end of the day, somebody is always going to have a worse plot. So regardless of whether we have the area near the net or the doubles courts, or where you draw that line on the court and say there'll be no plots beyond this, somebody is always going to be in a worse off position. So what we did, and when we originally ideated this project, was we even considered not including the doubles court, which went completely against our accessibility and integrity issues that we wanted to bypass. So we wanted to make sure that it was as inclusive as possible, which is exactly why we followed the men's singles, the women's singles, the men's doubles, the women's doubles, the mixed doubles, and all of the wheelchairs events as well. So we wanted everyone to have an opportunity to have a winning plot from one of those matches. And like, there's someone out there that owns a number of Dylan Alcott winning moments before he retired at the end of the AO as well, which is really special to some people. So I think it was really important that we included that. The way that, and look, in full fairness, any of the plots on the court can be a winner. There are just some that are more likely to win than others. So even those plots under the net, absolutely they can be a winner. If a ball hits the net and drops down over the net onto one of those plots, it could win a match. Sure, we completely understand that that's unlikely, but let's hope that some of those people, when we re-roll with Chainlink, some of those people that are located in the doubles court right now or under the net are re-rolled out into the wide open expanses of the middle of the court. And it might be vice versa for some of those people that are currently along the baseline or in the service box. They might find themselves this year in the doubles court, or they might find themselves under the net. And I think this is one of the really unique factors of our project, is that if you don't like your court position, it will likely change next year, or you can go and seek a better court position on the secondary market. This is what's completely unique about this project as well, is that you're not tied to that. You can go and change that if you want.
Love that. And 2662 is a prime example of a winning plot just underneath the net as a drop shot. So yeah, again, I would get to see the women's singles if I had the 2662 as a data point. So yeah, it's all fair and love and tennis. And I missed a question from Crypto Ben Bones on, will the allocations mean, I'm just going to scroll up to it. Will we mint out basically before we get to public sale? We will put a hard allocation into public sale as an accessible project. We want to make sure that we are allowing new members that have never minted before or never won a promotion or an automatic wildcard get an opportunity to mint. So there will be an allocation. As I said earlier, we'll confirm the allocations when we've done the draws. It's a bit like the AO. Ridley, when does the AO draw happen? A few days before the tournament, similar to us. We'll confirm that position.
Yep. And sorry, I think I answered a yes to that question in my haste to get answers out to all the questions. So I'll update that answer in the chat there.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Rid. I like your commitment to being accurate. It would be cool if the positions that are highly unlikely to win got some extra utility. That's an interesting prospect. I would add that to suggestions. What we will say about match points, all court Adam, hope you're still there, is that what we're talking about now is the AO23. There's likely to be other courts, arenas, greens, pitches that might be added to the ArtBall in the future. So where we're talking about a micro moment in the AO23 history, which is set to be the most well attended AO. However, in the future, there's likely to be other arenas that might be added into the ArtBall experience itself. So yeah, another piece of alpha for you. Can't confirm or deny, but possibly in the future. So on that note,
Sarah, patience.
patience. Cool.
Let's get through AO23 first.
So we want
boil the ocean at once.
we started this Discord live on a note of gratitude. We want to end on it as well. We are so very grateful for everyone that's joined this Discord live this morning, this evening, wherever you're tuning in, Sarves, and anyone that's listening catch up. We appreciate our OGs. We appreciate our Genesis members, and we especially appreciate our Sherpas and goats at the moment that are being extremely valuable Sherpas for anyone new that's joining this project. So we really appreciate the time that you take to direct other members to the answers. We will share the YouTube link of this when we get the chance. And if you get one of these questions that you have heard on this Discord live, feel free to send them over to recordings and share the YouTube clip with them so they can hear the answer from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So yeah, Rid, do you want to give us a last rally cry, a bit like the coach's box? Do you want to give us a last?
No, I don't have anything really inspirational to share out of my mouth, but I am going to post a link in the chat. It is the official trailer for Breakpoint, which is launching on Netflix in 7 days. The official trailer went out today. The series looks unbelievable. It is, that's just been posted on our Instagram within the last hour on the Australian Open Instagram. We'll share some more links. Nick Kyrgios is the feature athlete in the first episode, which will launch, as I said, next Friday is the launch date for that. And yeah, it looks pretty awesome. So if you haven't already got Netflix, suggest jumping on for the next month or so while Breakpoint launches.
Love that. And I believe that Isla Topmanovic is in the second episode. There's going to be a full focus on the AO over the first 2 episodes. So tune in, really excited about that.
Yeah, big focus on the AO over the first couple of episodes, but it does certainly take more of a focus on the players, and the series actually followed about 20 players across the whole Grand Slam season. So Melbourne into Paris, into London, into New York. And the success, obviously Nick was one of the players. He was one of the most successful players throughout the tournament. Obviously, going the whole way in the doubles in Melbourne and then getting to the final in Wimbledon as well. So his episode airing first up, and then with Thanasi Kokkinakis in there as well. And then Isla Tomljanovic and Matteo Berrettini in the second and third episode. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll keep you posted on it. But yeah, 10 days to go to AO23. Lots to happen between now and Monday morning of the 16th when we kick off. And hopefully everyone has a great weekend coming up.
Thanks, Rid. Adam, thanks for tuning in so late from wherever you are in the world. Really appreciate you as well. Ending on a note of gratitude. Thanks again to everyone. Yeah, thank you. We'll let the trickier questions flow through to you after the day's ended. So get some sleep. And that's one for everyone. Retank. It's going to be a ripper going into Mint and beyond. We're super excited to have you mint with us. We're super excited to welcome you back to the court if you're an AO22 member and not minting. And if you're completely new to this project and haven't understood a Scoobies of what is going on, hang in there. We've got a YouTube live for you coming soon. So thanks everyone. Can we get a vibe check with some emojis anywhere on our channels? We'd love to hear how this was received. If you've got any burning questions, head over to the various different channels. Take care, get some rest, get your calendars ready for Mint Day, and we'll see you on the other side.
Peace.